Baba says that I give you the knowledge of the Creator, and I tell you the secrets of the Creator and the beginning, middle, and end of the creation. Now you see that this is a secret, so although we have sung the praise that God is the purifier, or God is the one who removes sorrow, takes us to happiness, but we did not know how practically God, the Supreme Soul, Shiv Baba, comes and plays his role on this, in this corporeal world. And so this is a secret. So the whole world knows that God is the purifier and God is the remover of sorrow, bestower of happiness. But nobody in the world knows that that entity, that ocean of knowledge, that ocean of peace, he comes and he enters the body of Brahma Baba and he speaks to us, and nobody knows how he purifies, because nobody knows that he gives us the knowledge through which we learn yoga, we learn how to be pure, we learn what is the difference between devilish traits and divine virtues, and we learn seva, and how through the teachings that Baba gives, we make effort and we become divine. So Baba says that this is a secret. My part is a secret. When I play my part, how I play my part, or even where I live, or what is my form like, everything is a secret, because people have heard some bits of it, but they don't know me completely. So I reveal this secret to you. And then there is another secret, and the secret is the secret of the drama. And Baba says that so we all have heard the knowledge of the drama. You remember in the course we have this picture of the wheel or the cycle, and that is the drama ka chakra, or the cycle of time. And in that we learn that we souls come from the soul world, and in the beginning, when there is the golden age, only few souls are here on the stage, and those souls are in their sato pradhan state, which means the pure state. And because the soul is pure, the body has a long lifespan, and we have understood from knowledge that when the soul is pure, at its purest in Satyug, then we have a lifespan of around 150 years. So in 8 births, we take 8 births in 1250 years, which is an average lifespan of 150 years, more or less. And when we have that lifespan, so we don't leave our body before completing that lifespan. So nobody leaves early. B, there is no disease, no ill health in Satyug. And then Baba says that we take 8 births in the golden age, and then we take 12 births in the silver age, in the same 1250 years, because as the soul takes rebirth, energy in motion depletes itself. So when we come to the stage, we play our part. The natural law says that we will spend our energy, and so we will start getting empty. And in 1250 years, in the first 1250 years, we lose energy to the tune of 2 degrees, which is from 16 degrees we become 14 degrees, right? So 14 degrees means we lost around some percentage, right? So you can calculate the percentage. So that much of impurity comes. And Baba says when that impurity sets in, then our lifespan becomes a little shorter. And that is why we take 12 births in the same 1250 years. And when we take 12 births in the same 1250 years, it means that the average lifespan is around 120 something years, right? So that is how it works. And then from when we come to the copper age, what happens that we start depleting very fast. So have you seen that when you recharge your phone and it is 100% battery, then it takes a lot of time for the phone to come to 100% to 80% battery. So it takes a long time. But once it has reached 80, 70, then it depletes very fast. So similarly, Baba says that, in the beginning, in the first 2500 years, we get depleted very slowly. But at the end of the 2500 years, we have lost half of our energy. And when we reach the copper age, we are a half full soul, right? So then what happens is, just like when there is absence, when the light reduces, darkness enters. Similarly, when the light of the soul, which is knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, power, they reduce, then the darkness enters. What is the darkness? Lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed. And then we start doing everything out of lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed. Now you just see, there is so much, this is so interesting that we do karma in Satyug and Treta Yuga also. Yes, in the golden age, silver age also we are doing karma. But that karma is being done inside out, which means the motivation comes from inside, from self-realization, self-awareness, right? So the king in Satyug doesn't need appreciation and validation or income from the praja to continue as the king. Yes, so the king operates inside out. The praja also operates inside out. The praja doesn't think that the king should honor me, felicitate me, or give me this in return or that in return, or give me a position, only then I will work. No, everybody does what they are meant to do because they know who they are. But from the copper age, when the vices enter, then what happens is we start operating outside in, which means that whatever karma we are doing is motivated by something outside, someone outside, or some result outside. Correct? And then what we start doing is, because my motivation is outside, and because the outside is pretty fixed according to the drama, so sometimes my expectations are fulfilled, sometimes they are not fulfilled. And when they are not fulfilled, what I start doing is, I start blocking my energy and my karma. Yes, I start not using my energy and my karma. Let's say, from the copper age, we have this idea that I have to take care of the children because they are my children. Correct? Not because I am a loveful soul, but I have to love my children because they are my children. Now I shower love on them. But when they do not reciprocate that love with love, because whatever is mine has to behave according to me. But if they are not behaving according to me, then what is the decision I take? Stop loving them. So, I block my energy of love, and then I stop performing loveful actions. And the law says that your energy, your spiritual energy grows when you express it, when you give it, right? When you invest it in action. But if you block it, then the law says if you don't use it, you gradually lose it. So, because of this body consciousness, because of this idea that, I'm doing everything motivated by lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed, and if I'm doing everything motivated by that, then I have to receive something in return. And if I'm not receiving according to my expectations, then I start blocking and not using my own energy, not stopping myself from doing the karma that I am capable of doing. And then I start getting depleted, because if you don't use it, you lose it. And gradually that sanskar of lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed grows, because I am always using that in my actions. And when that sanskar grows, then our stage becomes, what we call tamo pradhan. So our stage becomes very impure, very corrupted. The soul becomes like a rusted iron. And that is why this is called the Iron Age. And this is all fixed in the drama. So Baba says it's not like anybody is to blame for this, but we have to understand that this is what happens. And then only at the end of the Kali Yuga, so when the whole play is about to end, only then is it time for Baba to come. And this is why the importance of time is a lot, because if and when Baba comes, only then can we change from Tamo Pradhan to Sato Pradhan again. Tamo Pradhan is completely corrupted, Sato Pradhan is absolutely pure, right? So, if we don't understand the importance of time, then we would keep asking, why can't we do it earlier? But Baba says you can't do it before time, but you have to take, cognizance of the time and do it now, because now Baba comes when it is the end of Kali Yuga and Satyuga is about to begin. So Baba comes at this time, which is the Sangam Yuga or confluence age, and now Baba has come. And Baba says, I give you the knowledge. And it is said, if you don't know better, you can't do better. Right? So it is very important to know better, to do better. And what knowledge does Baba give? Baba tells us the secret of this drama, right? And Baba tells us that this is your 84th body, okay? And you have taken 84 bodies before this. And you have had 84 parents, 84 set of siblings, 84 set of relationships, 84 jobs, 84 families, all before this. And this is supposedly the most, depleted one, right? So this is the, worst. And Baba says, you are attached to this the most. Correct? So now Baba says that when you think about it, you have taken 84 births, 84 set of parents. Now suppose all your 84 set of parents are brought before you, and you have the memory that these are all my parents according to different births, then who will you be attached to? Okay, so Baba brings back this memory that you are so attached to this here and now, but this is only a temporary body and a temporary relationship in the drama. And the most depleted one, which is even giving you the most sorrow, because the most ailing body or the most depleted relationships you have right now. So why are you attached to all of this? And why? And the second thing Baba tells us is, all this is going to end, because Baba tells us about this secret that now the cycle is taking a U-turn, right? And it is restarting. And we are again going back to that Sato Pradhan world. And Baba says it's only a few days that this old body and old world remains. So, do you attach your heart to that which is temporary, that which is depleted, and that which is very transient? It's going to change in a while. So, Baba says the more you think about this stuff, you start getting detached from the body, from the relationships that are here and now. And Baba says, I tell you that I am your father, teacher, and Satguru. I am the one you have actually all relationships with. And you see, there is knowledge and then there is faith. So, you have to have faith also. Let's say you get the knowledge that, if there is a machine and it's well made, then that machine can swing both ways and you can have a good ride, joy ride on the machine, right? You have those jhulas, those machines that they put up in the fairs, and you know that it works like this, but you also have to have faith that you won't fall down, that the machine won't break down, and the machine would actually be capable of giving you a joyride. If you don't have faith, then although the machine is there, you will not climb on it and have a joyride. Correct? So there is knowledge, there is truth, and there is faith. So Baba says, how much faith do you have in what I am telling you? Because when you have faith in something, only then that knowledge translates into action. You may know a lot of things, but then without faith, that knowledge doesn't translate into action. So Baba tells us to ask ourselves, how much faith do we have in the knowledge that Baba is giving? Baba tells us that I only come at this time in the end of the whole of the cycle, and you meet me at this time, and I am the bestower, I am the purifier, I am the remover of sorrow, I am the giver of virtues and powers, and I am here before you. And this is your time to forget everything else. Don't worry about anything that is anyways going to change, anyways going to perish. So don't be concerned about the perishable, because there is no way you can control its perishing. So, it is destined to perish, it will perish. So don't worry about that, but have faith that this is the only time when you have the opportunity to fill yourself for the whole next cycle. And Baba says, if you have this faith, then you will have only one concern right now, and that concern is to become pure. Because how do you go to a pure world? By becoming pure. How do you go to the, how do you find placement in the hospital? By becoming a doctor, correct, or a nurse. So Baba says, you may become the Raja or the Praja, but you can only find a permanent placement in a hospital when you become either a doctor or a nurse or the staff or whatever, right? So you become eligible for it. So similarly, you want to go to that world of happiness and peace, you want to leave this world of sorrow. So the only method to go there is to become Sato Pradhan in your inner stage. Become pure in your inner stage, because only the one who is pure is eligible to go to a pure world. And Baba says, when you understand that this birth, this relationship, and whatever I am doing is just temporary and transient, and it's going to perish anyway, then you stop worrying about it. And you see that I don't think that, taking care takes time, worrying takes time. And worrying is sapping all our energy. So Baba says, take care of everything. Nobody is asking you to not take care of the body or the relationships or something, but don't worry. Yes, so, and I free you from all worry, and in Sangam you just have one worry, which is to change from impure to pure. And Baba says, with this worry, what do you do? So Baba says the only method to become pure is to remember me, the ocean of purity. So the law says you can become like the one you remember. So if you remember those who are impure, if you remember anything of this world which is pretty impure, then you cannot become pure. Yes, so Baba says that, let me tell you one thing. When we say this whole world is impure, it means that, every concept in this world is distorted, right? So, let's say, there is this idea of love, correct? So, what is the idea of love? Love comes from outside and somebody loves you, correct? But what is the truth about love? The truth about love is you are a loveful soul and you should behave out of love, right? So everything in this world is impure and distorted. And if you have yoga with an idea of the world, if you have yoga with the behavior of a person or the events of this world, everything is going to just sap your energy. And Baba says this is why you don't have to have yoga with anything and anyone in the world. You live in the world, you operate in the world, but don't attach your heart and mind to this world. Just like, a boat. A boat is meant to, wade in water. A boat is meant to live in water. But that water shouldn't enter the boat, right? So similarly, Baba says that you live in the world. Nobody is asking you to leave the world, because you cannot leave the world. Wherever you run to is also part of the world. But nothing of the world should be on your mind and buddhi. Or your mind and buddhi has to be occupied with me and just focus on my virtues, my powers. Just keep thinking about how Baba is just a point and yet he is an ocean of virtues, ocean of powers. Just go into the depth of what it feels like to be the ocean of virtues, ocean of powers. And the more you think about Baba, the more you start absorbing that energy and coming back to your state of being an embodiment of virtues and powers. So Baba says, according to the plan of the drama, you understand that now it is the time to become Sato Pradhan from Tamo Pradhan. And for that you have to remember me and be pure. And then Baba says, also choose pure actions. Yes, so when you are engaging with the old world, don't allow the impurity to taint your mind and taint your actions. So even the food you cook and eat, because food has a very important bearing on the mind. So Baba says the food that you cook and eat, also fill it with Baba's remembrance. Fill your eyes with Baba's remembrance, ears with Baba's remembrance. So see everything, hear everything, but with a filter. Yes, so just you live in this world, your eyes and ears are open, but then have a filter and don't engage in any impure action. So this is something that Baba is teaching us about purity. And the third thing that we have to pay attention to is imbibing divine virtues. Yes, and we did not know. So it is very interesting that these divine virtues are a very new concept. So before Baba comes, we never knew that, divine virtues are, there is a whole lot of divine virtues. And I remember there was a class Sister Shivani was conducting. And in that class, she was saying this, and it was very interesting that when we came to Gyan, we just knew that I want to be peaceful and happy. Yes, so there are only two virtues we thought about, peace and happiness. But Baba says, Baba introduces us to a whole family of divine virtues. Patience, humility, yes, love, respect, perseverance, introversion. We never knew that, you have to be antarmukhi, which means you have to unplug your man and buddhi from the outside and take it inside. So being antarmukhi is a divine virtue. Being patient is a divine virtue. And how do you have patience? Only when Baba gives you patience, right? So usually in the world, when we talk about patience, we say that, everything will be fine. But then everything will be fine after everything collapses. Because Satyug will only come after the destruction of Kaliyug. So Baba says, I give you this patience in the face of everything collapsing, that after this my world is coming. So this patience only Baba can give. Have you heard that song in the Murli? "ए दिल मेरे तू धीरज रख, अब वक्त सुनहरा आएगा." So, oh my heart, have patience. Your golden time is coming. So that is the way Baba gives us patience. And Baba says, I teach you how to be sweet. I teach you how to be peaceful. Now you see, people always thought that being peaceful means just closing your doors and windows and sitting alone in a corner and just not having any sound. But Baba says no. Peaceful means sitting in the awareness that I am a soul and I can be detached from the body at my will. Yes, so Baba says that I teach you to switch on and switch off at your will. I teach you that this is your eyes, your ears, your mouth. You choose to see, you see, otherwise you see but not see. That choice you have. You hear and not hear, that's choice you have. You just keep experiencing the peace of your own being. only when you pay attention to the sound and the sights of the outer world will they start taking away your peace. But if you don't pay attention to it, you are there in a room full of sight and sound, but you move your attention inwards and just cherish the peaceful being that you are, and just take your attention to the ocean of peace that is Baba and be peaceful. So Baba says, I teach you how to imbibe divine virtues. Because although even in the world people say I want to be peaceful, but they think that if this person shuts up, then I can be peaceful. And that person has no plan to shut up. So you keep delaying your peace because you think my peace is contingent on that person keeping his mouth shut. But that's not the way. So Baba teaches us how to stabilize myself in divine virtues. Baba says, you be sweet, not because the other person is sweet or the other person deserves sweetness. So sometimes we have this idea that I have to be sweet to someone because that person deserves sweetness. And when we say, this person is undeserving, then we, take away that sweetness or block our sweetness. But Baba says, now I have taught you that you become as you do. Yes, so when you do something, that becomes part of your sanskar. So you behave sweetly because you want to be sweet. Don't pay attention to whether that person deserves your sweetness or doesn't deserve your sweetness. Right? So Baba says that this is how you pay attention to imbibing divine sanskars also. And Baba says, if you pay attention to remembering me, if you pay attention to becoming pure and pay attention to imbibing divine sanskars and pay attention to this knowledge that I am at the end of this cycle, and this is the only time I am before Baba, and I have to go from this old world to the new world, so I have to pay attention to my sanskars. If you keep doing that, then you will become eligible to go to the new world. And Baba says, now you have two concerns. First, to be pure, and second, to leave the body in a state of happiness. Yes, so when do you lose your happiness? When you think there is a loss, right? So losing the body is a loss. Until now we thought that losing the body is the biggest loss. So we always left our body in sadness. But Baba says, now you understand, and when you have faith that when I leave this body, I will go to the new world, Satyug, and have a divine costume, a Sato Pradhan body, a new body. Right? So then you leave this old body in happiness. So have you seen that if you go to shop for a new dress in the shopping mall, and you are wearing an old dress, then once you try on the new dress, you are not concerned about the old dress anymore. You are only interested in the new one. So Baba says, when this sits very deeply in your intellect, when you have faith that I am becoming Sato Pradhan, and when I leave this body, I am going to have a new dress, a pure Sato Pradhan body, then you will leave this body in happiness, because you are shedding the old and taking the new. Okay, Om Shanti.